Hello and welcome to this week of Gear Report. We've got episode 164 here for the 1st of June, 2023. This is the show where we talk about everything that's been published on Gear Report since the last show, things that are upcoming in our review queue, and typically we're going to have TJ's Happy Hour. But as you may have noticed, I'm here solo this evening. TJ may not make it. He had some tech issues today that he may not be able to recover from, so we will see if he joins us. We don't have any other guests lined up at the moment, so this could be a short show. We're going to have to see. If you're out there in the audience, if you don't leave a comment, we don't know you're there. And we do generally for any show, we appreciate audience participation because it really helps the show to be more engaging and more interesting for you. As you can see, I'm here by myself. Our prospects for having a good show go up significantly if we have more people participating. Okay, it looks like TJ and okay, our normal guest. All right, why is that not loading? I see a comment from TJ. It says, "I'm here in spirit." And there we go. Now I got it up on the screen. I'm here in spirit while drinking spirits. Okay, so it looks like TJ gave up on overcoming his tech issues, and he has, I'd say he phoned it in because I think he is looking at this on his phone. Komar also here in spirit, apparently with the appropriate greeting of 3 yos. My head is huge. Yeah. Yep. If we spent any time face to face together, you would have known that by now. But remembering the 3 yos, we appreciate the only prescribed and appropriate greeting for this program, obviously, is 3 yos. Honcho Fett kicking in some yos. Honcho Fett's got a review or 2 in the queue that should be published here at some point. I don't know. It hadn't been submitted yet as pending, which is the step before being published. So I don't know what's going to happen. Let me try to add from the other screen. What is this? On my new fancy Pixel 7 Pro. All right. You know what? I'm not even going to ask how you can watch it and make comments, but can't log in and join the program because I understand how tech issues work. So on my screen, the screen I'm about to add is flickering. So I'm going to attempt to add it. I don't know what's up with that. We'll see if it comes. Yeah, that looks like it's flickering. Let me get that off the screen, stop sharing, and I will attempt to do that again. TJ, yeah, TJ so rarely is here in the comments, normally on the screen, that I think he forgot the traditional greeting of 3 yos. All right, let's see if we can get a flicker free. It might work this time. What is this? Getting ready for Thunder on the Prairie tonight. It's good to hear that event is coming up. Wish I were closer and able to make that. And Komar says that Pixel 7 Pro is the best phone ever. There have been a lot of phones made in the history of phones, so that's a pretty big statement in my opinion. Let's see if I make that smaller. Will it? That does not expand it vertically. Okay, that's what we get. So we have one published article that we're going to talk about this week in this section of the program, which of course is what we call recent reviews. And also I put the ticker up there so you can see Maxim Defense as a sponsor. Before we dig into this article about the 5150 Evolve 15 rifle, I want to brag on our sponsor, Maxim Defense, a bit. You haven't seen or heard from them on this program much lately, like since this calendar year, because the ATF and their absolutely unconstitutional ban on pistol braces has negatively impacted Maxim Defense, who makes some of the most innovative, beautiful pistol braces out there. As well as SBR stocks and rifle stocks and whatnot. But Maxim Defense stepped up and joined the lawsuit with the Firearms Policy Coalition and has won an injunction for Maxim customers so they don't have to follow the rules of the pistol brace ban at least in the meantime, while waiting on that case that they're in to be resolved. I think obviously Firearms Policy Coalition was part of that, and what was the other one? Oh, GOA. I think they got an injunction in their case yesterday or today. Keep in mind, all this stuff I'm telling you is like third, fourth hand information that I saw while scrolling around on social media. I am not an attorney. I'm not giving you legal advice. Go research these things for yourself. But I did want to give a virtual high five to Maximum Defense for stepping up as one of the only brands that I've seen out there leading the charge with one of these high profile lawsuits, trying to get these ridiculous rules knocked down. Let's see. A comment from Honcho Fett. Oh, I see. So that review from Honcho Fett was published already. Maybe I read it wrong when I was looking at the pending information in WordPress. Heard there are 3 injunctions now against the pistol brace ruling by the ATF. In order to get an injunction, my understanding from some of the things I've read and what Bill or William at Washington Gun Law has said, to paraphrase some of the things he said, courts typically only give an injunction if they see the merits of the case as so strong that they expect that whoever they're giving the injunctive relief to is going to win the case anyway. And if there's any question in their mind, then they don't do an injunction. So 3 injunctions against this pistol brace rule speaks pretty strongly that there are some broad legal opinions out there that the rule is not legal, not constitutional, therefore shouldn't be enforceable. So we'll see where it goes. I mean, the case against Matt at CRS Firearms looked like it was a joke. It was flimsy, like it had no merit, no grounds whatsoever. It should be thrown out, and now Matt's in jail. So I have about this much faith in our legal system right now. But anyhow, to go and dig into this 5150 Evolve 15 Air 15 Apex Series review from our director of snacks and beverages and one of our head firearms reviewers, TJ. All right. First thing I want to point out, we have a rating scale here at Gear Report that goes from 0 gears up to 5 gears. 5 is perfect. And TJ gave this a 4.5. That is the highest rating that has ever been given at Gear Report. We've never given a 5 because no product is 100% perfect. So nothing has earned a perfect 5.0 gears. 4.5 is the absolute highest rating ever given. And it has been given to, I mean, we've got 1,700 reviews or something, 1,700 articles published. We've given a lot of reviews. I'd be surprised if it's more than, say, 100 or so that have gotten a 4.5 out of all of that. Probably more like 30 or 40, I would guess, over the time that we've been publishing reviews. So it is in rarefied air with a 4.5 out of 5 gears. You can see, let me tell you the summary here. I rewrote part of this summary to try to make it a little more concise. And where's the part I was looking for? So okay, short version of what makes this special is what they call the RAC, the to rotate a cam at the back of the lower that releases what would normally be the rear pin on the AR. And here's your cam. And it releases what would be that rear pin, and then you can just open it up and pull it off without pulling the front pin, because it's not actually a traditional. It's do we have a picture in here? Yeah, like this one up here at the top. That front pin is still in, and it's not captured, so you can pull the upper off by just rotating that rear cam and not having to pull both pins in order to do it. So really innovative system that has a variety of different use cases where it can be beneficial. I recommend that you take a gander at this review. I'm going to grab that URL and drop it in the comment. Interesting to you at all? Definitely go check. We've got some links in here to their Patrol Series rifles and the Apex Series rifles. So you are welcome to click on either one of those, and that'll take you directly to 5150 rifles. And they've been on the program. Keith from 5150 has been on the program. They're good people. Like, we've seen them at SHOT a couple years in a row. Spent some real quality time with them, and really solid individuals running the company. It's I think the core of the company is literally a family. But then, honestly, I couldn't tell where the family stopped and the employees started, because everyone acted like family. So it's really the type of brands that we like to support. Maxim making really cool stuff, stepping up to do some legal fights. 5150 as kind of this family operation that is really doing some cool, innovative things. So, complete brand we're talking about here this evening. Okay, so that is the only review published since the show. Obviously, we have the podcast from last week's show that was published as well. And I'll go ahead and click through and see how long it takes to bring that up, so that everyone gets a reminder. We appreciate you watching this in video form, but we also make it available as a podcast that you can subscribe to on Amazon, Apple Podcast, Pandora, Spotify. Yeah, they don't call Spotify where Joe Rogan is anymore. It's where Gear Report is. Joe Rogan just happens to be there as well. YouTube has podcasts. We're on there. iHeartRadio. And then we're a whole bunch of different places in video form as well. If you like Rumble, you can find us on there, as well as YouTube and Odyssey and several other platforms. I mean, seriously, I lose track of all the places that Gear Report is available. But you can get the audio straight off of this page, or go to any one of those podcast services and set it up so that it will automatically download that for you in audio form to listen to. Thank you, Crystal, for the yo. We appreciate you joining us. I think Crystal may be on the road as well. So we always appreciate when people check in, especially when it is less convenient, because they are away from home where it's easy. So we really appreciate that. Let's see. That concludes our first segment of recent reviews. I'm going to give you a bit of a cop-out for our next segment, reviews that will be published soon. I got a bunch of different directions I could go, and I'm not sure which direction I'm going to go next. I will remind you, I'm not going to try to bring all the different video pages up again. As we've talked about in the past few weeks, I have been publishing videos fast and furious where we don't have a lot of written review content that has gone up on the Gear-Report.com website. If you check out any of our different sub channels, the YouTube and then the other media. Actually, I'm going to share the screen again for the one that we were just on. I should have left it up there, because it also has a list of the different channels that we have. So let's see if I add that to the stream. Bring it back up here for us. We've got on Rumble, Gear Report, Guitars Gear Report, Camping Gear Report, Gear Report Firearms, Humvee Gear Report, Swimming Gear Report. I think in the last week, probably swimming, did firearms get anything? Swimming, camping, and guitars, I'm pretty sure, got some new content in the last week. It was the OG Gear Report channel. So there are new video reviews up for a variety of things. Lots of content published in the last week. Just most of it was not written content on the Gear-Report.com site. And I don't attempt to show video during this program because my internet will not handle that. So there we go. I think Defense Dad was right. I zoomed in a little too much. Let me see if I can zoom out a little so my head is not quite as large on the screen. So I can zoom and then I have to do the focus manually. There we go. I think that's going to work. All right. I like that a little better. So I'm not going to speculate on what's coming for upcoming reviews. TJ's not here, and I don't want to do an injustice to TJ's happy hour, so we're just going to kind of blast past that. I do want to remind everyone that I very thoroughly, from the bottom of my heart, mean this when I say boo ATF. And that's not every ATF employee. I'm sure there's some good people who happen to work for the evil empire, but by and large, pretty un-American bunch of people, in my opinion. So let's move on. I think we're just going to dive into America's favorite segment, Guitar-mageddon. All right. So I have one thing to show. Recent acquisition from Epiphone, one of the Gibson brands. We have a Les Paul Jr., and this thing was a bit of a train wreck when it came back to the house yesterday evening. I spent a couple hours this morning cleaning, polishing, adjusting, adding parts, swapping parts. Really like a complete refurbishment, just about, short of repainting things, to bring this from pretty much unusable to what actually is a pretty nice playing and sounding guitar. So this is actually up for sale on my personal Facebook Marketplace page. I should probably add it to the Gear Report page for guitars for sale, but I've been busy making other videos to post. So anyhow, there we go. Guitar-mageddon, not letting you down. An Epiphone Les Paul Jr. Pretty neat guitar. Heavy. Man, it looks so simple. It looks like a kid's toy guitar to me, but this is like a real legit rock machine. So pretty interesting guitar. I'd play it for you, but I'm not going to, because I like y'all too much to do that. All right, I don't think I have anything else in the Guitar-mageddon segment. So I think with that, I'm going to make a last call in the comments. If anyone has anything they'd like to talk about, speak now, or you're going to have to wait till next week, because we have exhausted the bulk of our agenda at this point. I'm about to shut it down. I will share a couple things real quick, though, in the upcoming video reviews, other things that I'm working on. Let's see. Oh, and I really want to show you something that Komar sent me, but I don't know if I'm allowed to disclose that. It's one of the coolest things I've ever seen, and I'm honored to be a part of a project that he is putting together, but I don't know if I'm allowed to share that with you guys. So I'm not going to until I get confirmation from him. But a couple things I want to show. So number one, I don't know if people have noticed, I have this Yeti style cup that I put a Gear sticker on years ago, and it's fallen apart. And I had a full Gear Report logo on this side, and it completely fell apart and is gone now. So I have been wanting for my laser engraver to get one of the cup rotators where you can put something on it and then do an engraving. Oh, and the one that I engraved is not up here, so I can't show you. But I now have a cylinder rotator that I can use with the laser engraver. So if you have any designs, if you're part of the Gear Report family, you have anything that you'd like to see put on something like a cup like this, talk to me. Maybe if you want to send me something to do an engraving on, and then send me the artwork that you want to put on it. Maybe we can work something out. I don't mind, I don't want to do a production run of, hundreds of them unless there's significant cash involved, but to help someone out and make something, as a one-off for part of the Gear Report family, maybe we can work something out. So definitely let me know about that. I'm pretty excited. I've been wanting one of those for a while. So I've got, stacks of cups over here that I've gotten off Amazon Vine. So here's one that is white, and it'll go on that rotator, and then the laser will go over the top and do the logo, and the rotator will keep rotating it. So we'll have a complete logo on a non-flat, on a curved surface, and it'll blast that paint away. So I think it's going to turn out really well. And unlike the stickers that fall off and get just terrible looking over time, that laser engraved section should weather really well. Like it should look as good a year from now as it does when it's done. Other than all those cups, something that I never thought I would own, but I just picked up. A company sent me this. It's like a Roomba. It's like a different version of a Roomba. It's a robotic, automatic vacuum cleaner. So it works with Wi-Fi. See, I haven't opened it. I know nothing about it other than it's sitting here and it's going to get reviewed pretty soon. And actually, I think the next thing to get reviewed is going to be, I've got to wrap up a video for some swim goggles with a little heads-up display in them. I think that was actually, I was hoping to have that done by the end of the month, but I didn't get it done. So maybe I'll finish that up tomorrow and get that posted. I hope it's not a Chinese spy bot. Another thing I've been doing lately is reviewing a lot of security cameras for the project with Amazon, and each one has a different app and a different login. And I'm thinking, all right, am I just giving China basically access to see everything on my property? And I probably am. So we shall see. Anyhow, I think that's going to be it for the show this evening. Thank you, everyone who has shown up, made some comments out there. I appreciate you helping keep the show more interesting than me just talking. We'll be back next week, and hopefully we'll have a more robust program for you. It'll be next Thursday at 9 p.m. Eastern, because we do this every Thursday at 9 p.m. Until next time, we'll see you at the range.